Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be showing you guys how to make a cheddar broccoli soup. This soup is very fast, very easy. It comes together in no time. It's very affordable to make this, and for whatever reason, kids love broccoli, especially when it's covered in cheese, so it's going to be no problem there with your kids. They're going to love this soup. So if you guys want to learn how to make the soup, keep on watching the video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you guys can see all of my yummy, delicious, and amazing kid-friendly recipes that I share 4 times a week. So let me go ahead and get started on this soup. All right, you guys, so I'm just gonna start with a little bit of olive oil in my pot here. Just heating up my large soup pot. Put about 2 tablespoons of that in there. I'm gonna add also probably about 2 tablespoons of butter. I always use salted butter. That's definitely a preference. If you guys want to use unsalted, then you definitely can. And then I'm just gonna start with my onion. And I'm just gonna use half of this yellow onion today. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut this up, and I'm gonna just cut like slices to start out. This onion was kind of weird. It was like, it was growing in 2 pieces, so see how it's like a half an onion, but it's like a whole onion still, so it's a little bit weird. All right, so just cut that into a little dice. This isn't quite heated up yet, so I'm just gonna let this kind of sit here for a second. All right, so I'm just gonna peel this carrot really fast. All right, this carrot was really big, so I'm just gonna use 1, but if you guys had like skinny carrots, you definitely probably wanna use like 2 or 3 of those, so. Okay. And then I'm just gonna chop this up because I was gonna grate it, but I just don't feel like doing all that right now, so. Chop it up real quick, but you do want to try to make this kind of get this kind of tiny, like the same as the onion, like that type of a size. So you just want to cut it into little matchsticks in the middle there, and then I'm just going to try to cut it as small as I can here. It's really nice, thin, teeny tiny little pieces of carrot. You don't want to use too much carrot because this is definitely, you want the broccoli to sort of be like the star of the show, so, okay. Now I can hear my butter bubbling over here, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to add these into my pot. Then whenever you guys are working with fresh vegetables, you definitely want to season them as you go. And it just really depends on what the vegetable is, because some veggies you definitely do not want to season them before they're cooked, like mushrooms and things like that. So I'm just going to add in just a tiny little couple pinches of salt into these. Right, and then I'm going to just add in a tiny bit of pepper into these carrots and onions as well here. Season as you go. You guys are building a foundation here for the soup, so you want the foundation to be really good and strong and flavorful, so that makes sense. All right, and then this kind of looks like a lot of garlic, but these 2 are like really tiny, so I'm just kind of throwing them in there. And I'm a big fan of garlic, so I'm okay with there being a lot of garlic in here. But if you guys, you know, if you don't like it quite as much, don't eliminate it completely. I know some people that just don't like garlic and just don't cook with it at all, and it's just kind of one of those things that even if you don't like it individually by itself, a lot of times it adds a lot of depth and flavor to pretty much anything that you cook. So even if you're not a big fan of garlic, just kind of go light on it. Just try to go easy on it, but just don't eliminate it altogether, because it's just an opportunity to add a lot of flavor, you know. So I'm just gonna chop at this. Be really careful when you guys are cutting anything. You know, just do what you can until your knife skills get to the place where you can go a little bit faster, but try just, you know, obviously you don't want to cut yourself. So I'm not going to worry about it getting too tiny, just because this is a soup, so it's going to really cook down. And then, like I said, it's going to add a lot of flavor into the soup. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it in just like this into the bowl. All right, you guys, and I'm gonna just add about 2 tablespoons of flour into this mixture right now because I really want to give this a few minutes to be able to cook down. And what it's going to do is it's going to create sort of a paste, and then I'm going to use that to thicken up the soup. But because it is raw flour, it needs to cook for several minutes before it doesn't taste like flour anymore, and it just kind of turns into its own little thing. So I'm just going to sprinkle it in there. And then you can see it just kind of soaks into the butter and the oil. And then it'll just kind of, I don't know if you can see it really good just because all these veggies are in here, but it just kind of creates this, like I said, sort of a pasty type of a texture that helps just to thicken soups and stews and just all kinds of stuff, whatever you guys are making. All right, and while that's going, I'm gonna also go ahead and start adding in my seasonings. And I'm gonna let these go ahead and just kind of get some heat on them too. So this is 1/4 of a teaspoon, so I'm gonna just add in about 3 of these of my paprika. And they're kind of overflowing, so I would say that this is probably about a full teaspoon that we're using of that. All right, and then I got the dried mustard here. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna put in 3 of these little spoonfuls, heaping spoonfuls. It's probably about a teaspoon. And then I have the cayenne, and I'm just gonna do 1 of these because I don't want it to be too spicy. But that is gonna give it good flavor and some good color as well. And I'm also gonna do probably just 1 nice scoop of the onion powder in there. And then the same thing with my garlic pepper. I'm just gonna put in just 1 really kind of good scoop of that, and put a little bit more because I'm almost out of this. Okay, stir that up. You guys can see it's kind of gotten thick, like it's not moving around as easily now. And this is really going to help to kind of sort of toast all of your spices and stuff too, so good time to put it in there. Okay. Okay, so then I'm going to just go ahead and add in my chicken bouillon right now. And I'm going to add in 2 really good tablespoons of this. And you guys, this is really salty. And so you want to wait to add any salt other than that tiny bit we added at the beginning. And then just kind of taste it and make sure that it's not too salty before you start adding additional salt, because that could just like ruin everything. And I'm going to add in 6 to 8 cups of water. Okay, so I just added about 10 cups of water. All right. This is just going to stir up, and this is not going to thicken until the soup kind of comes to a boil. And so I'm going to turn this on high, and then once it gets to boiling, I'm going to go ahead and drop my broccoli in. That's going to cook, and then while that's cooking, I'm going to get the cheddar cheese ready, and then that's it. That's the whole recipe. So this is really, really fast and super easy. All right, so I got my broccoli here. If you guys if you want to use like frozen broccoli, or I guess that's the only other option, that's totally fine. But for me, I like to use the fresh broccoli. I'm just kind of cutting the bottoms of these so that I can easily break them. I don't like to cut through the florets because then it makes just this really, really big mess, and it's just kind of a pain. So I prefer to just kind of break them up with my hands. So even if you guys need to cut that, just don't cut through that floury part at the top, so that it's not kind of creating that. I mean, it makes a huge mess. Okay, you guys can make these as big as you want. If you want them to be bigger, cut them a little bit bigger. You guys want, like, this piece is so big, so I'm just going to cut the stem off of it, stem part, and then pop it. Boop. I feel like broccoli cheese soup is just one of those things that's like super comforting. It's like one of those things that kind of reminds you of being a kid. You know, it's just really, really good. So, and it's actually not too, you know, bad for you, minus like the cream and the stuff like that, but it's got a lot of veggies in it. And for the most part, I think kids like broccoli, especially when it has cheese in it. And so that's always a challenge for us mommies, that, you know, to find things that our kids will eat and that our kids will like. All right, you guys, so I got all of my broccoli in my pot here. You can see it's gonna it filled it up perfectly, actually. That was enough water, so 10 cups is good. And then I'm just going to let this sort of simmer for probably about 15 minutes. All right, you guys, so the soup's been going for about 15-20 minutes now, and all the veggies are really, really soft. So you can see how like easily that cut through. So this is exactly how you want it to be. And so I'm gonna just go ahead and add in my half and half. So I'm putting in 2 full cups of half and half. Okay. And then I'm going to, I'm just gonna get my cheddar cheese grated, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add that in, and then it's gonna be all done. And I'm gonna turn this off the heat, actually. Well, I'm gonna let it come up to like a little bubble, and then I'm gonna turn it off completely, just because the half and half will help thicken it up just a tiny bit too. So, all right, you guys. So that came up to a bubble. I just turned it down. You can see it looks perfect. I don't know. It is a little bit like I would like it to be. I think 8 cups of water would have been good. Let's just say that. And then I have probably about 2 cups of cheddar cheese here. So I'm gonna add just about 1.5 cups of cheese just right into the soup. And then I'm just gonna save that extra little bit to put on the top. Okay. So you just wanna stir that in. You can see the cheese just melts right away. It's gonna be super, super yummy. And this cheese is gonna melt down into the like broth. And it's just going to kind of give it like a cheddar cheese type of a taste. And it's not going to be like really stringy or anything like that. Like you're not really going to have like pieces of cheese. And so that's why I like to add like a little bit on the top. And then at this point, it's all done. You always want to taste before you serve to people. It's fantastic. I'm going to add a little bit of ground pepper. But the salt is perfect. I'm not going to add any more salt. And don't forget that the cheese is pretty salty in itself too, so you definitely do not want to over salt this, because then it's just not gonna be good. All right, there it is. Broccoli cheddar soup, you guys. And then I'm gonna let this kind of sit. With cream soups, you want to heat them up all the way, and then you want to let them kind of sit, and then they'll kind of thicken up a little bit more for you. So it's probably going to thicken up a tiny bit more as I kind of let it just rest for about 5 minutes before serving. And then I'm going to serve it, and I'm going to do a little taste test. I'm just going to bring the bowl over to the pot because I don't want to spill it out of here. It smells so good. I'm super excited about this. This isn't one that I make that often, so I'm really excited about this one. Okay, so there we go. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to sprinkle a tiny bit of cheddar cheese on the top. And that's it. It's all done. And if you guys want to eat it with crackers or whatever else you can. But I'm going to go ahead and just serve it just like this. Looks so good. Okay, so we just got done making our cheesy broccoli soup. And we're going to go ahead and do a taste test now. And I've got... Do you have blue lips? Mm-hmm. So do you like broccoli?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you like cheesy broccoli?
You can say that.
Yeah. All right, well, I think you're going to like it. Go ahead, give it a taste.
Okay, I'm going to try without the broccoli first. So far, so good.
Oh, that was a pokey bite. What do you think?
It's good.
It's good?
I think it would be, like, I think if you put sour cream in it, it would be like a spike.
I think it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You think so too?
Mm-hmm.
You do? Okay, good.
You try it.
I'm going to do a slurp like this. Okay? What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Good slurping?
Yeah. Wait, Mommy, I can do the best ASMR slurp. Ready?
The best ASMR slurp ever.
Hey, good. Wait, mommy. Watch this bite. Ready, guys?
That was a good one. Look at you eating all these good vegetables.
Honestly, guys, whenever she cooks stuff with vegetables, you honestly want to eat it. Like, know how whenever, like, you don't want to eat vegetables as a kid? Whenever she makes vegetables with soup, it's really good. Definitely really good.
I'm my biggest fan. Do you think it's spicy?
1 out of 10. 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. 10.
You like it the more you eat it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The more bites you take, the more you like it. That's how I felt about it anyway. But do you think it's spicy?
Yeah. Has a little touch of spice.
It's like a little sprinkle.
Wait, ready?
A little hint.
Mommy, I'm going to try to do the best ASMR drink. Ready?
Okay. That was really good. Okay, you want to hear mine? Okay, I gotta get close to the camera. Ready?
You're just like... Wait, so you're like... This is what...
Let me try it again.
No, Mommy, this is what you're like. Oh, I'm about to do the best thing ever.
Well, I did that on purpose to make you laugh.
Hold on, I need to get close to the camera. Ready?
Oh, yours is good. Yours does sound good. Okay, ready? Let me try again.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, I swear it's gonna be like...
Okay, ready? Shh. You can't hear it if you're talking. Ready?
I'm gonna try to do my funniest. Ready? Mommy, this is how a noob does this.
Okay. Ready?
This is how a noob does this.
Okay. Well, my soup is almost gone and I'm full.
I'm not.
You're not? Okay.
Guys, I'm trying to go for
Let's do it at the same time.
Alright, ready?
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
That was like harmony, wasn't it?
You can say that.
We are really, really getting good at ASMR. How about this one?
Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna do it with my spoon. Ready?
We're seeing who can do the best ASMR slurp.
Guys, do you want to sip? Here.
I think I won. Stop.
No, comment down below. Comment down below.
Okay, comment down below who won the slurp off.
Who won? Which probably is not gonna be...
It was definitely me.
I won, guys. Don't even worry about it.
Mommy won.
That's why my thumbs are down.
Okay. Tell him bye-bye now. What do we say at the end?
See you later, shawty.
Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up.
Oh my gosh.
And what else?
And subscribe to this channel.
Subscribe.
It's down here. It's right
It's
here.
down.
Subscribe.
It's over here.
Subscribe if you want, and
If it's
click
red,
that thumbs up.
If it's red,
And click
then
that-
press it. But if it's gray, then leave it alone.
If it's gray, don't press it. All right.
Guys, okay.
Peace out.
No. I want to say one more thing. Like if you want to. Subscribe if you wanna, and hit that bell if you wanna. I don't really
Even if
care.
you don't want to, just do it.
I don't really care because I get paid anyway.
Oh!
By who?
Mic drop.